Hello, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about the verbal operant tacting. My name is Kelly Martin. I am a master's level student at Ball State University taking SPCE 638, Section 830. The client that we are talking about today is an 8-year-old female with ASD, autism spectrum disorder, and apraxia. She uses vocalization and LAMP to communicate. What is tacting? Tacting is the labeling of a stimulus. According to Cooper et al., tacting can be used for visual stimulus, auditory stimulus, olfactory stimulus. Like you smell something, say you smell bacon, and you say bacon. You just labeled what you smell. You were tacting the smell. Tacts can be used for nouns, verbs, adverbs, locations. So we can tact a dog, we can tact running, we can tact that the dog is running fast. We can also tact that the dog is under the table. These are different ways that we can label what we are seeing, hearing, smelling. The intervention that we use when teaching a tact is we use a loose LAMP vocal training modeling where we take 15 minutes where we don't expect the kid to really respond, but maybe we're reading a book or we're playing a game with them and we're just labeling everything that we're doing. Like we're playing with a dog and we use their LAMP to say play dog, or we use like they turn towards a sound and we say, oh, you hear the door close. We're just modeling how they would do it. We're not really expecting them to respond. When we are teaching it and they have gone through the first few times that we have worked on a target, we use least to most prompting. So we are going to place the demand of what is it, or what do you hear, what do you see? And then if they don't respond, we're placing that demand a second time, and then we go in with a gesture, or maybe we go in with a model, and then we work our way up to like a physical prompt, a hand over hand. Initially, we're using DTT for the initial instruction, and then we also do targets for generalization where we're using NET. I have a kid right now that is doing pushing baby, so we're doing that when we're doing play. We've taught them using a picture. Now we're doing it like as we're playing together. The stimulus class that we're working on is letters. The goal of this is that my client knows how to write her name, write words. With her being 8 and she cannot write yet, and she doesn't know her letters, we're trying to get her to where her where she would be if she would be in a classroom. So that's the functionality, is that we want her to be able to write, which gives a simulclass to letters. Our teaching procedures, we're using DTT sessions. When we first are introducing the target, we do a prompt, and then we take note on whether or not it probes out because they got it right the first time, or if they get it wrong, then we show them how to do it and we move on. And then we come back with our teaching trials. We're using, for the first couple times that we do it, we were using most to least. So maybe she didn't tell me today that what I showed her was a D. So if I know that she has the vocal skills to do it, I'm prompting full verbal prompts with D. Otherwise, we're working with her LAMP, so I'm taking her hand and I'm hitting the buttons to get to the D and showing her how to say D. And then we're going to fade that out. We're going to, instead of doing a hand over hand, I'm going to do a gesture. I'm going to like touch her elbow so that she knows she needs to be moving her hand. And then I'm going to move down to a model where I'm doing it for her and then she has to do it. And then move it to a gesture where I'm just hovering my hand over where I need her to go. Same thing can be done with the vocal response of, I'll do a full vocal of it's a D, and then I'll scale it back to D, and then hopefully she's getting it independent. It's a little bit harder with letters to do partial verbals, but we have figured it out. We are teaching daily, hopefully twice a day, once in the morning and once in the afternoon, until trials to mastery criterion has been achieved. Our For this specific client, our criterion is 5 sessions at, I was sorry, 5 consecutive sessions at 100% independent. And then it moves into maintenance, which maintenance is ran weekly on Monday, once, and we are looking at 100% accuracy to stay in maintenance. If they miss it, then it goes back to acquisition. After 4 weeks consecutively at 100% in maintenance, it moves to mastery, which is once a month. And after 4 months of it 100%, then it moves to absorbed, which just means it's a maintenance, it's a master target. We teach it over multiple people to get the generalization, because if I'm the only one running it and she only gets it with me, we don't know if she can get it at home with her parents, if she's going to get it at school. So we want to make sure that like multiple people are running it with her to get that generalization. For the derived relations stimulus, we originally teach it with an A on a card. We use Times New Roman font for all of her cards, and we're teaching it. It's a little square, it's got an A on it. Once I see that she's getting that, then maybe I'll be drawing on a whiteboard and I write an A and I ask her what it is to see if she can get that A is the same, is equivalent to the A that was on the card. And then now we're playing with Play-Doh, and I roll out some pieces of Play-Doh and I make an A and I ask her what it is, and she tells me A because she can see that it looks like the other A's that she already knows are A's. And here are the references that I used today.